From the Millersville University Weather Center, I'm meteorologist Kyle Elliott here with the short-term forecast and video discussion issued on Wednesday, May 28th. Well, for the second week in a row on a Wednesday, taking a look out the window, it's cloudy, damp, dreary, rainy, just downright miserable, especially by late May standards. In fact, temperatures today are only in the low 50s right now, and they're only going to creep in into the mid to upper 50s this afternoon, and that's about as cold as it can possibly get across the mid-Atlantic states this time of the year. That's about 20 to 25 degrees below average. Average highs in late May are in the mid to upper 70s, and today instead the record low maximum temperature or coldest high temperature here at Millersville University of 57 degrees from 1996 is probably going to be broken. The mercury was only 55 degrees at midnight, and we're only sitting at 51 degrees as I speak, so I do expect that record low maximum temperature of 57 to be broken, even if it's just by 1 or 2 degrees here this afternoon. So without further ado, let me jump right on into our daily climatology. And again, I'm only expecting a high of 56 degrees this afternoon. The mercury was 55 degrees at midnight. There's no guarantee we even get above that through the afternoon hours. This morning's low was 51, which is exactly where we're sitting right now. That's not too far below the normal low of 53, but look at the high temperature departure, 22 degrees below normal today. Pretty remarkable for this time of the year. Today's record high of 94 in 1941 sounds pretty good right about now, and today's record low was 34, set in 1917. Taking a look at the sky cam from the John Wright restaurant, looking east across the Susquehanna River into Lancaster County, well, you just see how cloudy, damp, and just downright miserable it is out there. You see the raindrops on the webcam and those low clouds out there. So again, it's really just a miserable day. Steady soaking rain is currently inundating the region. There's not a break in the clouds whatsoever across the Commonwealth or really the entire mid-Atlantic region. And as you can see on the radar, steady rain is soaking the region right now, and that's going to continue through the daylight hours. The rain should finally taper off from southwest to northeast between about 6 to 11 p.m. this evening, but until then, it is basically just a straight-up washout of a day. As we take a look at the Euro model for 8 p.m. this evening, you do still see that light to moderate steady rain is soaking much of the lower Susquehanna Valley, northern Maryland, and southeastern PA. But again, it is going to start to taper off from southwest to northeast around 6 to 7 p.m. And I do even expect dry conditions to return to southeastern PA around or just shortly after midnight. As we take a look at additional precipitation totals throughout the rest of the afternoon and the evening hours, you'll notice that areas west of the South Mountain Range and west of I-81 are only going to pick up another couple tenths of an inch, but we're going to pick up another 1+ inches of rain across much of southeastern PA. Combine that with the rain that's already fallen, and most areas are going to see 1 to 2 inches of rain from this storm system, with locally higher amounts up to 2.25 or 2.5 inches in spots, but I do expect those higher amounts to be very isolated. Overall, just another thorough soaking rainfall event, much like the onslaught of soaking rainfall events and upper level lows that we've seen over the last 2 to 3 weeks. It's been a really wet month. Now, fortunately, that has pretty much wiped out any annual precipitation deficits, and I do expect there to be no moderate to severe drought left on next week's drought monitor update. In fact, we may not even see abnormally dry conditions appear by next week's updates, as again, most areas are going to have seen 2 to 3 months worth of rain in a 4-week period between May 3rd and May 31st. As we take a look at the Euro model for 2 o'clock tomorrow, you do see that area of low pressure responsible for today's rain will have shifted into the western Atlantic, and because of the counterclockwise flow around the low, winds will shift back around to the western northwest tomorrow. So do expect that to scour out the low clouds. There will be some areas of patchy fog around later tonight into tomorrow morning between around 2 to 9 a.m. But fortunately, I do expect those clouds to give way to partial sunshine tomorrow afternoon. I won't rule out another stray shower tomorrow afternoon and evening, but most of the day should be dry and much warmer with highs back around average or in the mid to upper 70s. But in the meantime, if you have travel plans throughout the rest of the day today, just expect increased commute times, allow extra time to get to your destination, reduce speed and increase following distance on the wet roadways to reduce the risk of hydroplaning or an accident, and be alert for standing water in those low-lying and poor drainage areas. Flash flood guidance values in a 6-hour time period range from 2 to 4 inches, so I don't expect any creek or stream flooding, but again, flooding of low-lying and poor drainage areas is quite common in a situation like this. Also, notice by tomorrow afternoon, there is yet another disturbance, an area of low pressure forming across the lower Mississippi Valley in south central United States. And you guessed it, that's got its eyes set on the mid-Atlantic states by Friday. Models really have struggled trying to really pinpoint where exactly this disturbance is going to track, but it does look like they're coming into better consensus that this low pressure system is going to take a track very similar to the one today. So with that being said, I do expect heavier showers and thunderstorms and the potential for severe weather to generally stay south and east of the I-95 corridor, at least as of right now. However, if this system does shift farther to the north and west, then we could be dealing with a risk for some locally strong to severe thunderstorms in the lower Susquehanna Valley and southeastern PA on Friday. I don't expect that right now. I just expect more generic showers and thunderstorms around here on Friday. But again, stay tuned to it at MU Weather on Twitter, as I'll be fine-tuning these details over the next 24 to 48 hours. So as we take a look at the short-term Campus Weather Service forecast, cloudy and damp tonight with light rain ending by midnight. Areas of patchy fog then developing between 2 to 9 a.m. Thursday. However, it will turn warmer Thursday afternoon with clouds giving way to partial sunshine. Low tonight 54 with a high of 76 on Thursday. And then as we look ahead into our TGIF, increasing clouds with afternoon showers and thunderstorms with a high of 74. Well, that'll do it for this edition of the short-term forecast. Tune back in on Monday for the latest edition. Until then, keep that umbrella and rain gear handy throughout the afternoon and evening hours today. And yeah, look forward to those warmer conditions tomorrow. I know I certainly am.